Once, in a quiet village, there was a man deeply upset with his wife because she couldn't give him children. His disappointment weighed heavily on her. She loved him and feared losing him to someone else who could fulfill his dream of becoming a father. In her desperation to keep him, she encouraged him to marry another woman. The man agreed, and soon the second wife became pregnant. But instead of feeling relief, the first wife was consumed by jealousy and fear. What if this new wife replaces me completely? She thought. Her insecurity turned into bitterness, and she took a dark path. Secretly, she began poisoning the second wife's food, causing her to suffer repeated miscarriages. The second wife eventually discovered what was happening, but by then, the poison had ravaged her body. Weak and near death, she swore, "You may have won this life, but I will not forget. I will find you in every life until my pain is avenged." And so, the cycle of hatred began. In their next lives, they were reborn as a cat and a chicken, constantly attacking each other's young. In the life after that, they came back as a leopardess and a deer, each seeking revenge for the pain they had suffered. Life after life, their hatred only deepened. Finally, they were reborn as a nobleman's daughter and an ogress, a fierce creature feared by all. The ogress, burning with anger from past lives, chased the young woman and her newborn child. The terrified mother ran as fast as she could, clutching her baby, until she reached a monastery where the Buddha was teaching. Falling to her knees, she cried, "Please save my child from this monster." The ogress stormed in behind her, her fiery eyes locked on the baby. But before she could take another step, the Buddha raised his hand, and the room fell silent. His calm yet commanding voice echoed, "Stop." Both women froze. The Buddha looked at them with deep compassion. He didn't see a monster and a victim. He saw two souls trapped in an endless cycle of pain. With a voice as gentle as the morning breeze, he began, "Do you see what your hatred has brought you? Life after life, you've hurt each other, seeking revenge for past wounds. And what has it given you? More pain, more suffering. Each act of hate has only chained you tighter to this endless cycle." The ogress growled, "She deserves it. She killed my children first." The mother sobbed, "She's trying to kill my baby. How can I forgive her?" The Buddha nodded, acknowledging their pain. "I understand your anger. It is natural to feel hurt when wronged, but holding on to that anger is like holding a burning coal, waiting to throw it at your enemy. Who burns first? You do." The women were silent, his words sinking in. Buddha continued, "Hatred is a poison that destroys the one who carries it. You are both victims, not of each other, but of the hatred you have chosen to carry through countless lives. Let it go. Free yourselves." The mother hesitated, clutching her baby tightly. The ogress growled again, her eyes softening just a little. "But how can we let it go?" the mother whispered. The Buddha smiled gently. "By choosing compassion, by understanding that we all make mistakes, by realizing that your anger is keeping you from the peace you both seek. Forgiveness is not for the other person, it is for you. It frees your heart from the chains of bitterness." He then asked the mother to imagine the pain the ogress must have felt losing her children, and he asked the ogress to imagine the mother's fear for her newborn. Slowly, they began to see each other's suffering. Tears welled up in their eyes as they realized how deeply they had hurt each other. The Buddha concluded, "This is your chance to break the cycle. Choose love over hate, and you will find peace, not just in this life, but in every life to come." Moved by his words, the mother and the ogress embraced, their tears washing away lifetimes of anger. The ogress gently touched the baby's head and promised to protect it. The mother forgave her wholeheartedly, and for the first time in countless lives, they both felt a sense of freedom they had never known. In today's world, aren't we often trapped in similar cycles? A harsh word from a colleague, a betrayal by a friend, or unresolved family conflicts. These experiences can leave us holding on to grudges for years. But just like the lady and the ogress, we must ask ourselves, What is this anger really giving us? The Buddha's lesson teaches us that forgiveness isn't about excusing someone's actions. It's about freeing ourselves from the burden of resentment. Imagine if we chose to replace judgment with empathy, revenge with understanding, and bitterness with compassion. Our relationships with our partners, family, and even strangers would transform. So the next time someone wrongs you, take a deep breath and ask yourself, do I want to carry this pain or do I want to let it go? True freedom lies not in winning battles, but in breaking the cycle of hate and choosing peace.